I'd like to thank the Pekin Times and the Friends of the Library for this forum tonight. I'm John Abel, 1/3 of the three guys named John on the ballot for council. With your support and vote, I hope to stay on the council and be your voice of common sense, your ears for concern and problems. I'll stay as accessible as I humanly possibly can. I'll continue to do my homework, ask the questions. If I don't know an answer, to get back to you if you do have a question. One of the most important things coming up very soon will be picking a new city manager. I've worked for and with both previous city managers and the current interim city manager. Hopefully with 51 to choose from, we'll be able to get one with the best qualities of all three previous city managers. Some of the things I'm hoping to see or hope to push to get to appear this next year or so. Hopefully we can see Veterans Drive south, get some dirt moved, and maybe Veterans Drive north. And a personal thing of mine, I would like to see Griffin Avenue extended 3/4 of a mile past the Avani's Dome to Veterans Drive. We own the right-of-way already. I think that'll open up development for future hotels, restaurants, retail, all three of which have either shown interest or are looking at Pekin right now. I think economic development is very important as this economy tends to be turning around, or so we're told. We should be poised to take advantage of any new business that might be coming to town. The last 8 to 10 months, the sales tax in Pekin has bettered or stayed the same as the corresponding month a year ago, which means we're spending the money, which is good. Only problem is getting it out of Springfield to get back to Pekin. Again, I'm John Abel, first name on the ballot. I urge you to vote April the 5th. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the Pekin Daily Times for hosting this event, and also the Friends of the Library. I am Cody Hendricks, and I am running for Pekin City Council. First off, I just want to briefly tell you a little bit about myself. I'm currently a senior at Pekin Community High School. I serve on various committees at the school, and I also serve as the senior class president. I plan on staying close to home this fall by attending Eureka College, and I've actually had the honor of being awarded the Ronald Reagan Leadership Award, which is a full tuition there, so I'm really looking forward to going. I also live on St. Julian's Street and attend Pekin First Church of the Nazarene. As I go around town knocking on doors, a lot of people ask me, why is an 18-year-old interested in running for council? And it's pretty simple. If government at all levels doesn't start operating in a fiscally responsible manner, people like me and those in my generation are going to be suffering for years from now. But unfortunately, young people are not the only ones who are going to be hurt if we do not develop a strong financial foundation for the city. We just can't afford to spending more than we bring in, dip into savings, and then increase taxes just to maintain our current level of services. Second, if we don't promote a good business environment locally, there won't be good jobs available to the citizens of the city. You know, too many of my friends feel like they're going to have to go elsewhere to find a job once they graduate. But I want to be sure when Pekin's young people graduate from college that they have good jobs in this community to come back to. So right now the issue of jobs is a primary concern among communities across the nation, and Pekin is no different. And bringing good paying jobs to the city is a main concern and will be one of my main priorities if elected. So once again, I want to thank you all for coming out, and I am last on the ballot, and I hope I have your vote on April 5th. Thank you.
Well, good evening. My name is John McCabe. I'm standing also because I'm a teacher and I stand all day and I don't like sitting and talking at the same time. I teach at Pekin Community High School. I teach American government and I teach world issues. I've been a social studies teacher now for 27 years. So I think I know a little bit about how the democratic process is supposed to work. I'm running for this office for a variety of reasons, but one of the reasons I'm running is because I always tell my students that democracy is not a spectator sport. That everybody has to get involved. You have to get involved at some level, at some place. I've served on a variety of different committees here in the community. I've even been the chairman of the Pekin Liquor Commission. I presently serve as an advisor on the Human Rights Council. I'm also a sponsor of what's known as the Stand Up Save Earth group at the high school, which does things like recycling. At one time I was a sponsor for the Pekin High School Student Council. So I have some varied backgrounds. I've been a coach, I've been a religion teacher, I have some goals as well as everybody else. But like everyone else, I would like to see Pekin become a very prosperous community. If you take a look at the census count over the last 20 years, we haven't grown much. And we have to wonder why we haven't grown much. We are making some progress. We've seen some things that are painstakingly slow, but this is what happens sometimes when you're trying to improve things. It's always a growing stage. We're working on building the ring road, the Veterans Parkway around the city to help bring in more traffic with regards to industry. We're trying to develop the east side more. But I think we also need to focus on downtown. Any downtown has been going through a lot of stages over the last 25 or 30 years, and it's time that we start reversing that. Excuse me. In order for any community to really be a vibrant community to attract people, I think the downtown area has to be a focus point. And so we need to work on that. I'm number 3 on the ballot, third John on the ballot, and I appreciate your support on April 5th. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Newman, and I want to be one of your representatives on the next Pekin City Council. For the past 37 years, less 4 days, I've been a businessman here in Pekin. That type of background has rarely and infrequently been part of our city government, and I feel that type of background is needed. Presently, there is no one serving on the council that is responsible for making the payroll, figuring out how all the bills get paid, employ people, and make hard, tough, day-to-day decisions. And those decisions need to be made. To say that the city of Pekin is at a crossroads may be a little bit melodramatic. But this next council will have a full plate from the very beginning. It must immediately reestablish trust and honesty with council members and the mayor. And at the same time, not only with the citizens of the city of Pekin, but with any of those who presently do or want to do business with the city of Pekin. It must demonstrate fiscal responsibility while meeting the ever-growing wants and needs of the citizens and also the requirements placed upon the city. It may have to select someone to fill a council seat vacancy. It must select a leader to guide our chosen and daily direction, of course. I know that the business background coupled with my wide variety of other leadership and board positions will be valuable in meeting the future. I'm the middle John on the ballot, and I would appreciate your vote on April 5th. Thank you.
I'm born and raised in Pekin. Many of you may have known my father, Kenneth Ruth, who was the principal at Edison for many years. As part of Pekin, I've worked at Pekin Insurance for the last 25 years. I graduated from Pekin High and went to Illinois Wesleyan, where I got a degree in business administration and French. After that, I started right out at Pekin Insurance as a homeowner underwriter. I've worked there in various departments or various areas in the department, and now director of personal lines underwriting. While at Pekin, I went ahead and got my Chartered Property Casualty Underwriter designation, which is an insurance and business-related degree, about 10 courses in both of those areas. Also, while at Pekin, I got my Master's in Liberal Studies from Bradley University. It's kind of a different degree. I felt that with the degree in Liberal Studies, it kind of makes you think in broader terms, more open-minded, and think outside of the box, which I think is really something that I can use here in the city of Pekin. You need leaders who are going to think outside of the box, come up with new ideas, and be willing to open to new ideas. I think that's something that really businesses in Pekin as a business needs to do. We need to stay focused on broader, new ideas. When I asked why I ran for the city council, it's easy. I wanted to contribute to the community. I think it's important that everyone takes the time to participate in the community. So often people get busy with their own lives and don't have time to do that. So I think now is the perfect time. I have experience in both management, budgeting, and policy making, and also, like I said, with the ability to think outside of the box and think of new ideas that possibly Pekin could use. Developing business is an important aspect for Pekin, as well as maintaining taxes. There are things that we can do to maintain and develop the downtown area. I think that it needs to probably be sped up a little bit in order to revitalize the area. But I would appreciate your vote for City Council and look forward to your questions. Thanks.
My name's Dan Taylor. I'm 63 years old. I'm retired. And I've heard a couple of comments. Maybe I don't have the right envision downtown, unless you want to go down and have some beer, go down to the courthouse and pay a fine. Downtown is dead. Most of us, I think. I'm not saying it cannot be revitalized, but I'm not going to bet my money on a dead horse. I don't know about you guys. And as far as new businesses, I would like to see some new ones come to town. They pay more than $10 an hour. Because the days 45 years ago, some of you know that's up around my age, you get a good job anywhere. $2 and a half, $2.75, $3 an hour, that was good money. Them days are gone, having a good job, I believe. I don't know anybody hardly young who's got a good job. Now our mentality, a good job, oh, he's got a good job. He's making $12 an hour. I hope I don't hurt nobody's feeling, but $12 an hour is not a good job. You'll barely exist. And it's tough. Unless the wife has to work just to get by. And that's a shame, you know, that two people have to work to try to make one, and I can't do nothing about that, I can't. But I do plan on not spending money that we don't have. One reason why I'm running, I've been saying it for about 7 years, I'm sick and tired every time I turn around. They're spending money they don't have, raising my taxes. And I got about 3 things here to say or 4. I'm your candidate. If you feel any of the below, apply. The best interests are not represented by city council members, tired of elected officials spending and raising taxes. My taxes are already high enough. We need sidewalks for children to walk to school, not walk on the street and share it. And the city needs to stay within their tax and revenue, not be creative and come up with new taxes. That's all I got.